Have you ever opened your wallet only to find an empty slot in desperate need of a new card? Well, I have, and now it's time to fill that empty slot. Hey everyone, it's Mark. I'm here to help you put more money in your pocket through credit cards and smart financial habits. If that sounds good to you, then do me a quick favor and click on the like and subscribe button down below. Then journey on down to the description area to find some links to apply for a new credit card and to get 2 free stocks from Webull when you open a brand new account and deposit $100 onto your brokerage account. I'd love to know which 2 free stocks you get. Now, if you happen to have seen my other Watch Me Apply video before this one, which was for the US Bank Business Leverage card, you may remember that card used to fill the empty slot in my wallet. However, now that I've completed the spend requirement on that card and also received the bonus, I'm ready for a new bonus. Now, in case you're not aware, I've been in the credit card game since 2013, so roughly 8 years now as of the making of this video. And out of all those years, I've never once gotten a Bank of America credit card. I have 0. But I've definitely tried over the years. In fact, I've tried multiple times and I have a love-hate relationship with Bank of America. In fact, here's a screenshot from my Experian account showing all the inquiries over the past 24 months. There are 15 of them. And if you look towards the bottom, you'll see one from Bank of America on May 3rd, 2019. And then a little bit higher up is another one from Bank of America on October 13th, 2019. And then a third inquiry from Bank of America on January 11th, 2020. So over the course of 22 months, almost 2 years, I've applied for Bank of America credit cards 3 times over and got denied every single time. And with each denial came a variety of reasons for those denials, but the main one on the first denial was because I had no pre-existing relationship with Bank of America. So during the time between my first denial and my second application, I did open a Bank of America savings account and just put the minimum requirement in there. I think it was like $25. And then I applied again several months later, only to get denied a second time. Of course, the denial letter spelled out a whole bunch of reasons saying why I was not approved. And this time it was because I had insufficient funds on file or on account with Bank of America. So basically $25 was not enough. And then again, fast forward to my third attempt last year in 2020, and I got another denial, of course, for a variety of reasons, but the main one this time on that denial letter was simply because I had already applied for a Bank of America card within the past 90 days. So clearly, if you got denied from Bank of America, don't try again within a 3-month period because Bank of America does not like that. So with all that prior damage behind me now, I have since opened a checking account with Bank of America. So now I have checking and savings. Combined, I have roughly $4,000 just with Bank of America. And now I'm going to apply again, but this time on the business side. I'll be applying for the Bank of America Business Advantage Cash Rewards credit card. And this time, they should not be able to deny my application due to lack of a banking relationship or due to insufficient fund balances on my accounts, or because I had applied for a Bank of America credit card within the past 90 days, because now it's been over 14 months. So let's do this because it's been a long journey to get to this point. Oh, and by the way, I almost forgot. Before I apply for this card, I'm going to do something kind of different that you have not seen me do on other Watch Me Apply videos. For this card, I'm going to be freezing my Experian credit report first, and then I'll go ahead and apply. And if you stay till the end of this video, I will reveal the reasons why I'm doing this Experian freeze. Plus, I'll also reveal a lot of the details in my credit report so that way you know what my situation was like before applying. So stay around to the end for all my juicy insights. All right, it's time for a little fun credit card style. So what I'm going to do first here is actually freeze my Experian credit report. So I'm going to do Experian freeze here on Google. It'll bring me to Experian's website at their freeze center. And then from here, I'm going to add a security freeze and freeze my own credit file. It then brings me to a form to complete, and there's something at the top here I want to call your attention to. The personal identification number, basically you're going to make a PIN, a security PIN, is required in order to remove the freeze from your account either temporarily or permanently. So I'm now going to go ahead and fill out this form and then click on submit, and then I'll see you on the next page that comes right after it. All right, so I submitted the form and now it brings me to this step here where it's asking me 5 identity verification questions. So I'm gonna go ahead and answer these questions as well and then go on to the next screen by clicking on continue at the bottom. Okay, great. So now the security freeze has been successfully added to my Experian credit report. I'm gonna go ahead and log out from here. So now I switched over to the Doctor of Credit blog post where I originally found this $750 statement credit offer. Here it is right here with a direct link to the offer. So I'm going to click on that link. And then I'm brought right to the application itself, which is directly below here. So this is the offer for the $750 statement credit after spending $5K in the first 90 days. The reward structure of the card, no annual fee, which is great. So I'm going to go ahead and scroll down here. And to start, it asks for the business name. So since I don't have a structured legal entity filed with my state right now, this will just be my actual name. I usually put my first, middle, and last name. The name on the card, same thing. Just use your name here if you don't have an LLC or a corporation. I don't have a doing business as name on my account, so I'll choose no for that. Then I'll do the business address, country, business phone number, and my business mailing address will be the same, so I won't have to check this box here. I'm going to go ahead and fill out these fields and be right back. All right, scrolling down a bit further, it now asks for some business information, including the federal tax ID number. If you don't have like an EIN or anything for your business, you can just use your social security number here. It even says in the little information question mark here that you can use your social security number right here if there's no federal tax ID number. So that's just fine to use your SSN. Then country of formation, for me that's United States. The business structure, if you're just an individual, you can choose a sole proprietor. Then country of operations, again, for me that will be the United States. The type of industry, let's see what options we have here. So nothing really fits what I do, which is online marketing, sales, that type of thing. So I'm just gonna go with services. And then let's see, for the subtype, maybe there'll be something better here. There are a lot of different options, obviously. Wow. Okay, so for me, advertising is probably gonna be the best bet. So I'll choose that. And then it will ask you for gross annual sales. That's of course of your business, the year established, and then the month established. Below that, you'll have, is this business a non-operating entity? And if you ever need some help understanding what these are, just click on the little blue question mark for an explanation of these things as you go along. Does this business have any non-US business? Let's see, is this business operating as a charity? Does it engage in internet gambling activities? So of course, choose the ones that are relevant to your business and go ahead and move through the application from there. So I'm gonna go ahead and fill out the fields that we just mentioned here, and then I will be right back. All right, next up we have the personal information section. So this is going to be your name, the job title at your business, the name to appear on the card, the residential address. They're asking you if it's the same as the business address, so yes or no there. The phone number, email address, US citizenship, if you have dual citizenship, the country of residence, your date of birth, and then your income information plus housing status, your monthly housing payments if you have any, so that would be your rent or your mortgage, your occupation, the source of your income, and then your percentage ownership. So of course, if this is your business, even as a sole proprietorship, that would be 100 for 100% ownership, unless you work with somebody else who also has an ownership stake in the company. And then the controlling manager, if that's anybody else too. So let's see what's after all this, then terms and conditions. Okay, great. So I'm gonna go ahead and fill out these fields right here, and then once again, I'll be right back. Okay, now here at the bottom of the application are the terms and conditions. So of course, go through these based on whichever card that you're going through to understand the interest rates, the finance charges, any fees that may apply to your card product, etc. Once you've gone through those, scroll down, agree to the terms and conditions by selecting the box. And then from here, I'll click on continue. All right, now it gives me the opportunity to review my application before submitting. So I'm gonna go through all of this information here to make sure that it's all correct and that there are no typos. And then I'll return once more and then we shall submit the application. Oh boy. All right, this is it. It's now time to submit the application. I just zoomed in on the screen here a bit to cut off some information that was a bit sensitive. So now I'm going to go ahead and click on the continue button and see what comes next. I believe this will actually submit the application to determine the ultimate result. So here we go. 3, 2, 1, continue. Just kidding. Apparently there was one more step I wasn't aware of. So what is this? Certification regarding beneficial owner. An authorized individual, officer, member, manager, partner, or owner of a business entity opening a new account must certify the names and other requested information provided. So I, Jeffrey Mark Reese, hereby certify to the best of my knowledge that the information provided is complete and correct. Oh, so it's one more, just final confirmation. Yes, I will certify that. I'll zoom back out on the screen now because I don't have any sensitive information on this page here. So now let's begin the countdown one more time as I submit the application. I guess they also gave you the opportunity to cancel and exit if you get too nervous, but that's not gonna happen today. So here we go again. Countdown from 3, 2, 1, submit. And that is how you get approved for your first ever Bank of America credit card. So excited about that. So I've got my reference number, which I covered up there. Then the status is approved with a credit limit of $7,500. Finally. Well, it only took me about 2 years and 3 denials to get my first ever Bank of America credit card, but I'm so happy to say that I now have one. I hope that the walkthrough of the application was informative for you all, but I'm going to continue the education a bit further and actually reveal some details behind my credit report, like my score, my number of inquiries, and things like that, so that way you know what my credit situation was like going into the application. So here's my application summary. Now, before I applied for the card, my credit score was 785 on Experian, 810 on TransUnion, and 822 on Equifax. Then for the inquiries, I had 15 on Experian, 4 on TransUnion, and 1 on Equifax. I had 2 new credit card accounts on my credit report in the past 12 months, and 7 new card accounts on my credit report in the past 24 months. And then my average age of accounts, or average length of credit history, was 3 years and 5 months. And I did have a banking relationship with Bank of America prior to applying. I had both a personal checking account and personal savings account. The checking account had about $3,800 and the savings account had about $500, so a little over $4,000 combined. Then after I applied for the card and received the approval, my credit score dropped by 4 points from 810 down to 806 on TransUnion, and my inquiry count went up from 4 to 5 also on TransUnion. Everything else remained the same because only my TransUnion report was pulled, therefore only that credit report would be affected. Alright, now I'm sure many of you are wondering, why in the world did I freeze my Experian credit report before applying for this card? Well, let me go over all the explanation and rationale right now. I froze my Experian credit report for 3 main reasons. The first reason was to hide my 15 inquiries on Experian. Bank of America usually pulls Experian where I live, which is the report with my greatest number of inquiries. And too many inquiries can be a reason for a denial. Reason number 2 was to show my 4 inquiries on TransUnion. Bank of America could only see my 4 inquiries on TransUnion, which would likely not raise any red flags like 15 would have. And number 3 was to prevent a new inquiry on Experian. Now, most banks pull Experian where I live. So to keep future approval odds higher, I want to clean up my Experian report by avoiding new inquiries and letting old inquiries fall off. Because remember, inquiries only remain on your credit report for 2 years. So if you take all 3 of those reasons and combine them into one main reason, what I was trying to do with this was simply to increase my chances of getting approved. Now, this trick may not work with all banks or all card issuers. For example, if one bank has to pull TransUnion in your area and you freeze TransUnion, they may not want to pull Experian. So in that case, you'd have to leave your report open. But because I knew that Bank of America would pull a different bureau if I had Experian frozen, based on all the data points that I've seen online, I decided to give it a try myself. So whenever I have the opportunity to spread out my inquiries across different credit reports and different bureaus, then I'll likely use that to my advantage. Now, to wrap things up, I'll leave you with my top 3 reasons why I chose to apply for this card in the first place. Reason number 1 was the welcome bonus. Earning $750 for spending $5,000 in 3 months was equal to a 15% return. Reason number 2 was the choice rewards category. This card earns 3% cash back on categories I can choose each month. And reason number 3 is this card doesn't affect Chase 524. That's because Bank of America business credit cards do not show up on your personal credit report. So adding this card will not increase my 524 account. So getting this new biz card from Bank of America will allow me to get a nice new bonus, have a long-term keeper card potentially, and also allow me to keep working toward lowering my 524 account. All that said, if you enjoyed today's video and believe it could benefit others, then please help me get it in front of more people by liking this video, subscribing to the channel, and turning on notifications. Also check out those links down below to apply for a new credit card and to get 2 free stocks from Webull when you open a brand new account and deposit $100 onto your brokerage account. I'd love to know which 2 free stocks you get. And for all of you out there who already have a Bank of America credit card of some type, I'd love to know which one you have and if you had a pre-existing banking relationship with them before applying for it. Let me know down below in the comments. I thank you all for tuning into today's video. I hope it brought you some great value. I'll see you again in future videos, and until then, remember, you are great.